Hi students, good morning everyone. So in the last class we have discussed the comparison between the simple random sampling and the stratified random sampling. So always the comparison is done by using the variances. So we will be considering the variance of simple random sampling and the variance of stratified random sampling. If you observe, the stratified random sampling will have two variances, that is under proportional allocation and under the optimum allocation. So we will be considering the three variances and we will compare it in two cases. In first case, we will compare the variance of simple random sampling with the proportional allocation, and in the second case we will be comparing the proportional allocation and optimum allocation variances. So we will get a condition that random sampling will have more variance than the proportional allocation and proportional allocation will have more variance than the optimum allocations. So always optimum allocation will have the lesser variance, that is it is more efficient than compared to proportional allocations and the simple random sampling. So today we will see the problem related to stratified random sampling. So stratified random sampling, coming to the question is the population of size 600 is divided into three stratas. So there is a population which consists of 600 units and those 600 units are divided into three stratas. So stratas, there are three stratas, strata 1, strata 2 and the strata 3. So three stratas are given and the size of the stratas are also given. So first strata size is 150, second stratum size is 250 and the third stratum size is 260. So three stratums, this is 660. So population of size 660 is divided into three stratas of this size. First stratum size is 150, second stratum size is 250 and the third stratum size is 260. So if you add all this, that is 150 plus 250 plus 260, you will be getting the population size, that is 660. And also given the standard deviations. So here standard deviations means S values, SI values. The stratum standard deviations are given. So this is S1, this is S2, this is S3. Next what we have to find? A stratified random sample of size 100 is selected. So from this given stratas, a stratified random sample of size 100. So overall stratified random sample should be of size 100 is selected and we need to find the sample sizes of the proportional and optimum allocations. So we know that n value is 100. But how you will be getting that n value? How to take the sampling in between the stratums, either by using proportional allocation or by using optimum allocation. So we have to find that ni values now. So coming to the solution, first of all write down all the given values. So given that what is the population size? Population size is denoted with capital N. So capital N equals to 660. Similarly, three stratas are given and the strata sizes, that is N1 equals to 150. N2 equals to 250. Similarly, N3 equals to 260. So three strata sizes are given and the standard deviations, that is S values. S1 equals to 5, S2 equals to 7 and S3 equals to 6. So from this given information, we have to find the sample sizes under the proportional allocation and the optimum allocation. So first we will see the sample size under the proportional allocation. So first bit is under proportional allocation. So what is proportional allocation? Proportional allocation condition is that always Ni values or the sample fraction whatever you take, that should be constant. So under proportional allocation we have that Ni by capital Ni equals to N by N. So this is the condition for the proportional allocation. So from this condition, what can you write the Ni value? So Ni equals to N by N into capital Ni. So this is the Ni value we are going to consider for the proportional allocation. Now by using this condition, we are going to find the sample sizes. First, sample size from strata 1, sample size of stratum 1 is, what is the sample size? First stratum sample size, so N1 equals to, in this equation put N equals to 1, you will get N1 equals to N by N into capital N1. So substitute the values. N1 equals to, what is N value? We have to select a sample of size 100 is already given. That is sample size is 100 divided by, next it is 660 into Ni value is 150. So 100 into 15 divided by 66. So 100 into 15 divided by 66, you will be getting the sample size, that is the first Ni value as N1 equals to 22.72. If you observe, 22.72 is approximately equals to 23. Round off the value, you will get the first size, sample size as 23. Now next find out the N2 value. N2 equals to N by capital N into N2. So substitute the values. 100 divided by 660 into N2 value is 250. So substitute 250, you will be getting 100 into 25 divided by 66. You will get 37.8. So this is equals to 37.87. So N2 is approximately equals to 38. Round off the value, you will get it as 38. Next, N3 equals to N by N into N3. Substitute the values. 100 divided by capital N value is 660 into N3 value is 260. So substitute 260. So 100 into 26 divided by 66. You will get that as 39.3. So 39.3 means this implies that N3 is approximately equals to 39 only. So these are the sample sizes under of the proportional allocations. Therefore what we got, N1 equals to 23, N2 equals to 38 and N3 equals to 39 are the required sample sizes under proportional allocation. So under proportional allocations. So you have to check whether these proportional allocation sample sizes are the true values or not. Have you checked? If you add all these three values, you have to get the 100 because sample size should be of 100. Add 23 plus 38 plus 39, you will be getting exactly 100. So this is the required sample size under the proportional allocation. Now we will see under the optimum allocation. Now the second bit is under optimum allocation. So coming to the optimum allocation, NISI. So here we have 3 samples. So summation over I equals to 1 to 3 we will get. So before finding this, first I will find the denominator value as it is constant for all the samples. So consider summation over I equals to 1 to 3 NISI, that is N1S1 plus N2S2 plus N3S3. So substitute the values. What is N1 value? 150 into S1 value is 5. So 150 into 5 plus second value is 250 into S2 value is 7 plus N3 value is 260 into S3 value is 6. Now find this value. 150 into 5 plus 250 into 7 plus 260 into 6. So you will be getting the summation value as 4060. So summation over I equals to 1 to 3 NISI equals to 4060. Now find out the sample sizes. So first sample size N1 equals to N into N1 S1 by summation NISI. Substitute the values. What is the N value? 100 into N1 value is 150 into S1 value is 5 divided by summation NISI value is 4060. Now 100 into 150 into 5 divided by 4060, you will be getting the first sample size. (18.47). So therefore N1 equals to 18.47. Next, similarly find out N2 value, that is N into N2S2 by summation NISI. So this is equals to 100 into N2 value is 250 into S2 value is 7 by 4060. You will be getting as 100 into 250, 100 into 250 into 7 divided by 4060 as 43.10. So which implies that N2 equals to 43.10. Similarly, find out the N3. N3 equals to N into N2 into S2 by summation NISI, which is equals to 100 into N3 value is 260 into S3 is 6 divided by 4060. Now 100 into 260 into 6 divided by 4060, you will be getting as 38.42, which implies N3 equals to 38.42. Now round off the values. If you observe, it is 18.47, that means approximately 18.5. So 18.5 means you can take it as 19. So N2 is approximately equals to 19. Similarly, so N1 is approximately 19, N2 is approximately 43, and similarly N3 is approximately 38. Now add these values, you have to get 100, that is 38 plus 43 plus 19. You will be getting the value as 100. So these are the required sample sizes under the optimum allocations. So if you consider the proportional allocations, you got these sample sizes, and if you consider the optimum allocations, you got these sample sizes. So this is the procedure for selecting the sample size sizes under the optimum and proportional allocations in the stratified random sample. Next we will see the second problem. Now the second question is, a population has 400 students. So the population size is 400 belonging to two institutions. So they have divided according to the institutions. So institution 1 is the strata 1 and institution 2 is the strata 2. And number of students in each institutions are given. That is, this is the N1 value is 300 and N2 value is 100. Means are given. So mean of stratums are Yn bar. So this is Yn1 bar, this is Yn2 bar. Similarly, standard deviations are given. So that is S values, S1 equals to 20 and S2 equals to 10. So from the given data, we have to draw a sample of 40 using the proportional allocation. So using proportional allocations, we have to find the sample sizes where the sample size should be 40 and obtain the variance of the sample mean and compare its efficiency with the simple random sampling. So we have to find the variance of the mean and we have to compare the efficiency with the simple random sampling without replacement. So coming to the question, write down the given values. Given n equals to 400, n1 equals to 300 and n2 equals to 100. Similarly, means are given. So Yn1 bar equals to 50, Yn2 bar equals to 40 and S1 equals to 20 and S2 equals to 10. So we have to draw the samples by using the proportional allocation. So under proportional allocations, so under proportional allocations, what is the condition? Ni equals to n by n into ni. So here we will get two samples. What is that? Is n1 equals to n by n into n1 and n2 equals to n by n into n2. So what is n1 value? n1 equals to n by n. So what is the sample size we have to draw? 40. So 40 divided by, what is the population size? N, 400 into n1. So what is the n1 value? 300. So now cancel it, we will be getting the n1 value. So if you cancel, we will get 4 ones are 4 tens are. So n1 equals to 30 is the first required sample size. Similarly, find out n2. So n2 equals to n by, that is 40 by 400 into n2 strata size is 40. Into strata size is 100. So you are getting 40 ones are 40 tens are, which implies n2 equals to 10. So we have to draw a sample of size 40, right? So one is 30, one is 10. So now we got the stratified random sample, that is sample sizes. So after getting the sample sizes, we have to they write down the required sample sizes. Therefore, required sample sizes are so what are the required sample sizes? N1 equals to 30 and N2 equals to 10. Now we have to calculate what we have to calculate next? Obtain the variance of the sample mean and we have to compare its efficiency with the simple random sampling without replacement. So to compare, first write down the formulas, that is variance of y bar st under proportional allocations. What is the formula? 1 by n minus 1 by capital N into summation pi si square. So here what is pi? Pi equals to ni So we have n values, capital N values, and the SI values also will be getting the variance value of proportional allocations easily. Next, we have to compare it with the variance of simple random sampling without replacement. So what is the variance under the simple random sampling without replacement formula? N by N by capital N into S square by N. So for this you want the S square value, and how to calculate this S square value we will see now. So now this is the required box, calculation box we need for calculating the variances. So first column is write down the institutions. You have two institutions, so institution 1 values and institution 2 values should be written. Next write down the NI, that is the stratum sizes. So first write down the N1 value is 300, similarly N2 value is 100, so total is 400. So next write down the YNI bar. So YNI bar means they are the means of the stratums. So first YN1 bar is 50, next YN2 bar is 40. Similarly sigma, what is sigma I? That is the standard deviations. So standard deviations are given as 20 and 10. So here standard deviations are nothing but the sigma values, not the S values. That is sigma 1 and sigma 2 values are given. So sigma 1 value is 20 and sigma 2 value is 10. Next we have to find the sigma I square, that is 20 square is 400, 10 square is 100. Next we have to find the SI square. So in our formula we have SI square value. So we have to find that SI square. So how you got this SI square formula means, let's say now. So generally what is SI square formula? SI square equals to 1 by Ni minus 1 double summation Yij minus Yni bar whole square. Similarly, what is the formula for sigma I square? Sigma I square means 1 by Ni double summation Yij minus Yni bar whole square. Now from this equation what can I write? I can write it as Si square into Ni minus 1 equals to double summation Yij minus Yni bar whole square. Similarly, from this equation I can write sigma I square Ni into sigma I square equals to double summation Yij minus Yni bar whole square. If you compare this two RHS are equal, so you can equate the LHS, that is Si square into Ni minus 1 equals to Ni into sigma I square. So now this from this equation I want Si square. So Si square equals to Ni by Ni minus 1 into sigma I square. So we will, whenever standard deviation sigma values are given, we can estimate that we can estimate the SI value by using this formula. So no need of writing all the simplification. You have to just remember that SI equals to Ni by Ni minus 1 into sigma I square. So first, what is the first Ni value? That is the first stratum value. Now if you want first S1 value, how will you calculate first S1? N1 by N1 minus 1 into sigma 1 square. So what is N1 value? First N1 value is 300. Here N1 divided by 300 minus 1 into sigma I square is 400. Now calculate the value 300 into 400 divided by 299. You will be getting the first SI square value as 401.3378. So this is the first SI square value. Similarly, find out the second. S2 equals to N2 by N2 minus 1 into sigma 2 square. That is 100 by 100 minus 1 into, so for this is 100 only, right? Yeah, yes, into sigma 2 square is also 100. That is 100 into 100 is 10,000 divided by 99. You will be getting the second SI square value as 101.01. 101.0101. Now you got the SI square values also. Next, Ni into 1 Ni bar. So this into this, that is 300 into 50. You will be getting as 15,000. So next Ni is 100. So 100 into 40 is 4,000. So now you got Ni into Yn bar. Next you have to calculate Ni into Yn bar square. Square these terms and multiply it. That is 300 into 50 square. 50 square you will get 750,000. So you get 7,50,000. Next calculate the next one, that is 100 into 40 square. You will be getting as 1,60,000. Next, Ni into Si square. You have here Ni value 300 into Si square. So 300 into Si value is 401.3378. You will be getting as 300 into 401.3378 square. You will be getting as 120,402. 120,402. Similarly, the next value you will be getting as 10101. Next, find out Ni into sigma I square. You will be getting as 1,20,000, and similarly, the next value you will be getting as 10,000. Now calculate all the totals of it and continue the procedure. So now after completing this table, find out all the summation values, then find out the overall mean, that is Yn bar. So what is Yn bar formula? 1 by n summation Ni into Yn bar. We have in the notations also. Substitute the values. N into Yn bar, summation value we got already, that is 1900 by sample size is 400. You will get the mean value as 47.5. Next, you have to find the S square for the variance of simple random sampling. So 1 by n minus 1 double summation. Generally, the formula is Yij minus Yn bar whole square. Here I am adding and subtracting Yni bar. So it is in the form of a plus b whole square. If you split, you will get a square plus b square plus 2ab. So that 2 into ab term will become 0. How means we have seen in the theorem also in the yesterday's class theorem. So that term will become 0. You will be left out with only these two terms. So if you observe, this is the formula for sigma I square. So if you consider sigma I square, then you can write this value as summation over I Ni into sigma I square. So while calculating this formula, how to calculate this formula, I have shown this value, that you will get summation Ni into sigma I square plus here summation over I am writing as it is, summation over j is ranging from 1 to Ni. So in place of summation over j, I took Ni and multiply that Ni inside side you will get summation over I n I y n bar minus n into summation over n y bar square. So now we got the equation. Now substitute all the values. N minus 1 is 400 minus 1 399. Substitute all the values from the box. You will get the s square value as 344.61. So this is the s square value. Now we'll find the variance under proportional allocation and under the under the simple random sampling. So after calculating the s square value, next we will find the variance under the proportional allocation. Write down the formula, and we know that here if you take the LCM, you will get n minus n by n into n summation. What is pi? Pi is ni by n. So substitute that value. So n is independent of I values, bring it outside. So n into n, you will get n square. So that this is the required formula for variance of y bar st under the proportional allocation. Substitute the values. We got the summation NISL square, that is last to second column summation 130503. If you substitute, you will get variance of y bar st as 7.34. Next, substitute the variance of y bar n, that is under simple random sampling without replacement. You will formula is n minus n by n into s square. Substitute all the values. S square value we got in the previous step. By simplifying the formula, we got the s square value as 344.61. If you substitute it, you will get variance of y bar n as 7.75. Now how we will comparison? Coming to the comparison here, variance of y bar st equals to how much? 7.34 is less than the variance of y bar n under simple random sampling without replacement, which is 7.75. So this is the variance of y bar st